just read it up and I'm like, oh wait, level 3 is as far as the martial arts. Therefore, yeah, I haven't made a fighter in a while.
I like fighters. I haven't made a single fighter in this yet. But alright. Anyway. Last time, on Dungeons and WheatTons. Did everything freeze? Crap.
Did it freeze?
Oh, okay. It was just my roll 20.
Okay.
I was like, oh no, I don't hear anyone. I don't even hear breathing. Or like I
Uh-huh.
thought my entire computer just stopped.
Yeah.
And now I even hear roll
Yeah.
20's music. Okay. Last time on Dungeons and Wheat. Oh wait. Last time
Restart.
on Dungeons and Wheatons.
There we
You, having saved the princess and the town of Torin, you had a nice little meal and a drink with the townsfolk as they celebrated you and gave you the props that you so richly deserved. Our little pixie friend Prisma went to the kitchen in the middle of the night to try out her new sugar, making a little bit of candy with that black ice, and becoming addicted to said substance. And very angrily, yes, what? Arrow? What?
That line makes me feel smiley.
The squares are the wagon and the one that she's got that's like hitched to it.
I know, it's the line that makes me feel smiley because it's all like basically a drawn line.
Is the I could have did the polygon line.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a
Alright.
thing.
It's all good.
I just looked at it. Sometimes I get tunnel vision and I just look at very specific things.
So it gives me the smileys.
But anyway, after trying out her new candy, going crazy, you've learned that you can counteract the effects of it while it is in her system by using, what was that, lesser restoration?
Lesser restoration.
Yes, because you were curing the poisoned condition, technically. But it does not seem to cure her overall addiction,
Yeah.
and it just leaves her wanting more. And she has all of the detriments and none of the positives of it every time you do that.
Yeah.
You had to restrain her as she began to attack you whenever you took her new candy and her black sugar away from her.
Yep.
And holding her in your coin purse, you went to the market to try to see if there was anything you wanted to get for your journey back to Langrisser. But you found very little. You got some smithing tools for Cornelius and a couple of sodas. Le Buble.
Rope.
And some rope, yes.
Yes.
Apollyon, after returning and reuniting with you, got your story slept outside of the princess's room, and then brought a special one-seater cart for her. I think I might be misremembering how many people can fit in this wagon, by the way. It was hastily done.
You didn't have trouble fitting everybody in.
Yeah, so there's probably able to fit 2 more people.
I think so.
But anyway, you hitched up the princess to your wagon, just tied her to the back, and set off on your way back to Langrisser. When Sieg started to notice that there were people hiding on the sheer part of the cliff. That's what these, I mean, they're not, they're stairs on here, but it's a hill.
Okay.
And he just kept spinning his head around, kind of looking at all of them. So it was very obvious that there was something around. Then as you got a little farther down the road, you saw bodies laying out with knives sticking from them. And upon inspection, you found that they were the knives from the masked man. So they must have been, or you assume at least, that they were ambushed by bandits. And that this was the aftermath of it. Everything seemed calm until Sieg could hear in the distance the clomping and stomping of hooves getting closer as a minotaur runs in full charge up the hill and smashes, or attempts to smash, we haven't rolled it, attempts to smash Apollyon with a studded metal hammer. Not hammer, bat. Jesus.
Yeah. Do you got the stats this time? So we.
I do. I do, and we're gonna roll that. Which is a hit.
But like barely though, right?
Hmm. So this Minotaur charges up and with a backswing of that great club. Yeah, it's a great club. Let's just call it a great club from now on. Whacks Apollyon in the side, bending him around it. And sending him
Wait, you troll!
across the road and knocking him prone. How am I a troll? What? Do what?
I just refreshed my memory over what at will means. All cantrips are basically at will.
Yeah, I said that to you whenever I was reading your thing. And you were like, huh, well, I meant that it was as a free action. Those were your words. I was like, well, you might want to change that if that's not what you mean.
Whoops, a daisy, I never changed it. Okay, so that's on me. Okay, carry on, sorry.
I gave you a bunch of pointers. Probably just
More
went in one ear and out the other. But yes, you see, as the vampiric blade is thrown multiple feet. And actually, I have to recheck that footage. Because that doesn't seem right. Oh no, it's right. The Minotaur turns and looks at the party after watching Apollyon fly. He slings his club over his shoulder and stands straight, towering above you all. And what would you like to do?
I would like to initiate initiative.
All right. Does anyone want to join him in this initiative?
Goodness, say, I wanted to
He's
see if
making
there's a
rhino
way to
noises.
unhook the rhino. Or if it'd be better just to keep them
Oh,
tied
and
go straight through.
I should say this as well. You could put yourself anywhere you want in the wagon. I just kind of just threw you guys there.
I think I'd be closer to the princess.
Okay, so you'd be more in the back.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Big ideas will have to come fast because I've already planned mine and Dominica's turn. But if you want to plow through them and go, just keep running.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, should we just keep going or?
Can't leave Apollyon
She'd
behind.
As I say, I don't think she'd even want us to leave him behind. Even though pretty
Aquarium.
strong guy.
I like him.
There you go, see? You've got first turn.
Now, technically, everyone but Sigismund was surprised. So, in the first round, you guys technically don't even get to make your...
Yeah.
Make your stuff.
They get a surprise round on us.
Yeah.
I always forget to select the token before I roll initiative.
Like, and I kind of want to be a bit cheeky. Can we talk and like do flavor things,
Yeah.
even though we're surprised? So like, Dominicus could grab Nadus' shield and just like make sure it's firmly on, and like stroke his ears and stuff, and then be like, "It's time to be tremendous, boy."
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's what happens then.
Alright, is everybody done? No, they're not, because you got the NPCs too.
I'm all
Are
good.
you done?
Never. I knew I should have did this before the game. There's one for Phineas. Then we've got Tolston. And Who would like to take control of Varsum today? And do absolutely nothing.
Get some good training in with him. Like, I feel cheeky taking him because I've already got 2.
You got to, yeah.
I could take him.
Alright, yeah.
I would like it if he died.
Don't let him die, Denichi.
Oh, I have no plans on letting him die. There's a reason we gave him a sling.
So that he could die.
So that he can keep his distance and still potentially contribute.
Or piss off Goliath and be like, this ain't no fucking Bible, die, kid.
Well, anyway, technically, this dude ain't even really done with his turn, but he's just going to stare at you menacingly. And maybe take
Wait,
one step up to you. Yes?
who is Janus Stint?
Don't worry about it.
Who is Slade? Who is Slade? Who's... Oh, not many people would get that.
And then I'll put
Wait, how would not
Phoenicia.
many people get that? It's pretty obvious.
You probably know who Slade is.
Tangent.
I've made the joke before.
Alright, well, we're gonna go through everyone who was surprised's turn. Only Mr. Sigismund gets a turn this round. Because you were the
So
only one
he's
who
just
noticed anything.
Just a beeping around and let me minimize these screens so I can see. A technique I learned way too late. Would be real nice to have it yesterday. So Sieg's just looking around, and is this what's his face?
That is Apollyon,
Okay.
who I just realized also I didn't bring up. But continue.
Okay. So Sieg, using his infinite wisdom, is like beep boop, beep boop boop boop, and then spreads his blessings. Oh, he, hoo, ah. And I'm just wondering if I should do it level 3, level 2, or level 1. Alright. Blowing the big monies for everyone. 4 people get blessings instead of 3.
Alrighty.
So, I blessed thou, and I blessed thou, and I blessed thou, and I blessed thou.
Alright, so Natus, Apollyon. I missed the other 2.
Dominicus
Corn.
and Cornelius.
Alright.
Dominatrix here.
Blessings received. Thank you.
And with that, let me see if I even have a bonus action. I don't even think I do. Let's see. As a bonus action, I look around to everyone and I beep boop boop beep boop. That's about it.
You don't really need to do that as a bonus action. But, okay.
I know, but what else could I do?
I don't really know.
I might as well just call it a bonus action for flavor, even though that, by definition, means no, it's not.
Alright. But if that is the end of your turn, the Minotaur snarls And he kind of looks to the side, and you can hear him say, "Oh, really?" And then he looks back to you all. "You seem to have something that we want." "I thought to just steal your wagon and all of your wares, but I see a princess in the back there."
You must be mistaken.
"No, I'm pretty sure everyone down here knows what she looks like. Beloved, shown to the world, doted on."
Bruh,
No?
"I'm willing to be kind."
she wears a purple dress. Everyone would love her. Get your facts right.
It's only purple because I don't have one of actually her. Because she wears a white dress.
Oh, then fuck her. Throw her into the thing. What?
Anyway, he says, "I'll be kind to you this day. Hand her over, and I will let the rest of you leave, wagon and treasure and all."
I don't think that's gonna work. Kinda is the treasure.
All right. "One of my associates has told me that you've already started casting spells anyway."
What associate?
Probably the guys by the side of the road. We should probably kill them too.
Yeah, the ones that you've seen.
Yeah, Dominicus will say, Varsum, keep your father safe.
And if they mean the blessed, then clearly they're fucking mooks. Blessing people is a thing that any cleric would do. Don't need combat for that.
Oh, it's still a spell.
Well, this guy needs a spelling lesson. Go on.
Either
I'm
way.
sorry.
You hear him say, "Lock them down!"
Lock them down.
And seemingly from nowhere, two orbs fly. One hitting the ground, and one hitting your wagon.
There they. We technically barely bought this wagon.
Does it smell of anything? Can Nadus do a perception check?
I'll go ahead and tell you that it does not smell of anything.
He's clamping the wheelbarrow so we can't move it. Or cart or something.
Putting
However,
a boot on our wagon?
The orbs seem to shiver with electric energy.
Ew.
And yes, you do feel that your wagon seems to be being pulled downward. As if it is attracted to the ground where the other orb had hit.
Neat. Magnetic prism.
And yes, it is now Minotaur's turn. It is his Minoturn, you might say. And he just takes a step forward and looks Natus in the eye.
Oh, that's a challenge.
Yeah, Nadis has
Yeah,
been
that's
like
the way.
raring to go this whole time. He might have just been eating grass when he was surprised, but yeah, like how big is he compared to me?
You were going to around his knee height, I would say.
Okay,
Eh,
Are you
so
sure
yeah,
that's a minotaur?
I don't have the right pictures, if that's what you're saying.
I just kind of really took a good look at him. I was like, I don't know, not a minotaur.
If
that
you want to
is.
draw a token for him.
I'm staring him down like a cat would.
I've been trying not to ask. Staring him down like a cat would.
Yep.
His
Wait, my turn.
his bull-like lips kind of curl up. Like he's attempting to smile. You could tell he is smiling, but, you know, bull lips don't smile well. And as he's looking at you, he looks up to Dominicus for a second, and then back to you. And he's gonna slap you in the face. Insultingly, not damagingly.
Oh,
Who, Nadis?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he'll slap
enough
you
to-
in the face again. We can actually have him do attack rolls for this. You're not going to take any damage since he's just trying to insult you right now.
It still matters to me if my rage activates or not. So therefore, I think this would surpass my rage. Even if Dominicus wouldn't have said anything, this would send me in a rage right now. So I want to turn it on right now.
Well, you can turn it on your turn. But yeah. So, what is your reaction to him just slapping you in the face? Not even flinching in the face of you.
I mean, what can I do?
I mean, you can have a reaction. This is all happening in the span of a couple seconds. He's
Well, yeah, I
basically
will.
He's basically using his turn to taunt you and looking for a reaction.
Yeah. If I
Are
get
you
a
going to back
reaction-
down?
No, I'm gonna grapple his wrist and like karate throw him to the fucking ground.
how?
With my grapple rune, I'm gonna grapple his wrist that slapped me. And,
So you're
like,
gonna gore his hand?
Yeah.
You know what?
Why not?
You're not usually allowed to do this, but I'll allow it. He is basically allowing you to do something.
Okay. So gore or like an athletics.
Gore. All right. Well, you miss with that.
But what if he got a +4? He'd probably still miss, but still, you know.
I mean, you can roll it if you want.
Now you're just taunting us.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, did you unhitch him from the cart, or was that just
No,
something
no
you were
one's had
talking
to-
about?
I was mostly seeing if I could, but I go way after him. So
I mean, I would have
have
let you
time
do
to
that
get
since
into
you
the
said you
table.
wanted to do that before initiative was even rolled, right?
well, yeah, it was mostly to check if I could.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
But
because
you
I-
didn't,
it's quick.
then.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No,
All right. Well, then,
he's still attached.
yeah, you're still attached. But as he pulls his hand away, you hear him go, and then he hits you with a great club backhand.
Which just tings.
It tings.
Yeah. It's
Well,
the same. Mm-hmm.
then he is going to recklessly attack. Getting a 33.
That hits.
But everything else has advantage on him now as well. And 1 second. The extra damage. For his critical.
Well,
Am I the only one that feels that's a little, eh?
Little eh?
Well, a little that, yeah, you can see that the advantage roll would be a crit, and so, okay, well, now that I've seen the results, well, here is me giving myself advantage after I see the rolls.
Yeah, so I would let anybody else do it. With reckless attack. As a barbarian.
I mean, as long as it's consistent.
Yeah, that kind of trumps my point. Consistent, fine.
In fact, I have let other people do it.
Well, specifically Natus, who is the only person I think who has reckless attack, but yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. And you could feel yourself being lifted as he grabs you by the neck. I'll need you to make an athletics check. All right. He grabs you with a bonus action. You are now grappled. And he will end his turn. Dimitri will hop from the cart. The wagon. Sorry. Prisma isn't right there, by the way. She's like floating with Vitari, but so he hops from the cart. Doop. Doop. And he's gonna help. Oh, that's one too many. And he's gonna help Natus. As he thrusts forward with his dagger wreathed in frost. He has advantage because of the reckless attack. But sadly, with a kick to the wrist with his hoof, he just pushes that away. Next is Phineas, who also hops to his ward's side. Well, not his side, technically. To the side of the Minotaur. Pulling his warhammer, he attempts to jump and give him a little bit of extra poof. And he smacks him right on top of the skull. But he's got a hardy skull. That cow head. And he just kind of looks up at the Minotaur, not flinching at all to a warhammer to the face. Sigismund!
see. We're looking around. Where are his people? Doesn't he have people?
The regular schmuckos don't seem to be coming near.
Oh, so it's just him.
I mean, for now, they might try and grab the princess if we give them an opening. So
Alright, so if I went over here, over here, would I still have line of sight over here?
Because of you're kind of shorter, I would say you'd have to go one up to be able to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Can
you know,
I,
the wagon is taller than you.
Can I, like, dip and then, like, dip and then dip? You saw that movement. Like as to say that I climbed up on top of the wagon.
Sure. So you're on the side of it. You're like on the wall.
Oh, that's right, the awning, if that's what it's
The
called.
awning isn't up at the moment.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, we didn't have it since there was no rain. But yeah, like coming over here to get a clear shot and clear viewage of the perimeter. And then, wondering if I could still shoot this guy without risking blapping a friend.
Prisma is not right there, so you would be able to shoot over everybody in the wagon if you're on the side of it.
Okay.
Except for maybe Dominicus, who is a little bit taller on like the driver's seat, but I'd say that you'd still be out of the way to be able to shoot around him.
Alright then. So I shall try to blap this guy. Which a 21 would not hit. Why didn't I bless myself?
That's only a question you can answer.
Darn it. Well then. That's a. So, Say's kinda just looking around, keeping an eye on all of these Mukos, see if they do anything suspicious. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the end of my turn.
Nadis, you are grappled and being
Yeah,
held
right.
aloft
And
with
since
one hand.
Our movement's not really in question, so would Dominicus take his turn here with me, or would I still wait for Dominicus's turn?
You could do whichever you would like.
Okay. Yeah, so Dominicus is going to be like, let go of my friend! And Nadis, very frightened.
Robin?
Very frightened.
Little Robin-esque.
Yeah, that's me, like, raising my voice but not shouting in real life.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, and Nadis is scared, hurting a lot, but he's going to enter a rage and attempt to get out of the grapple.
All right. Athletics v. athletics, I'm guessing?
Plus a bless doesn't even matter.
Yeah, that's only saving throws and attack rolls.
So Dominicus is going to attack.
And I will even put you and Dominicus right next to each other. There you go. Advantage on the second one. He kind of dodges. He swerves his head as he attempts to stab that first short sword. And then it comes around with the second one.
plus rage.
All right. Plus, yeah, you are technically. He is technically riding you. So, and that's still +2, right?
Ooh, yeah. And then Dominicus has a bonus action attack.
Yep.
And I already rolled a bless.
You can roll it on each one.
Yep.
Not enough.
No. Okay.
And so that's the end of both of your turns?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
It is now Apollyon's turn. He sits up, using half of his movement. Does a diagonal swerve with quickness you wouldn't expect from such a heavily armored combatant. Pulling his great sword, the black blade gleaming with this red shimmer, as he makes one attack to the minotaur's back. Hitting for 17 slashing damage. And you see as an energy begins to emanate from Apollyon. And this sickening energy appears to be invading the Minotaur before you.
All right.
And you see it begin to cloud the Minotaur's eyes. And I'll need the Minotaur to also make a Constitution saving throw. It matches, and you see the clouds fade from his eyes, and he does not take that extra damage. But Apollyon continues to slash anyway. Still at advantage because of the reckless attack. And hitting both times. The Minotaur rears back and yells as Apollyon lays into his back with that great sword. Vitari! It is your turn.
Alrighty.
I'm in a good mood today.
Yeah, sounds like it. I don't think I can do anything about those lightning balls. Whatever. Can... Okay, wait. Oh no, I moved that. Okay, I will just put Shield of Faith on the princess, just in case something, a crossfire happens.
Alrighty.
And yeah, cast another spell in there, so I'll fucking I'd chuck my spear at the Minotaur.
That was a bonus action, you said?
Yeah, Shield of Faith is bonus, I believe.
All right. So I'm gonna
Yes,
need.
one more attack.
I'm gonna need that attack.
Uh,
Nice. You hit.
Good toss.
The spear arcs through the air perfectly this time
Alright.
and is stuck in the shoulder of the minotaur.
Wait, that's his. Isn't that his spear?
This is-
Spear? The spear? Spears?
Yeah, that's his spear.
Yeah, well, the only spear I have.
So isn't it like
Put that in the note,
contaminated?
Trevor.
The what?
Isn't it contaminated?
No.
No.
Oh. So we got the Yamcha version of the Chernobog stuff. Cause Akroth here is like, if I touch you, you will die. And then the horse guy is like, I am death. But we get the Yamcha pose?
Well, perhaps the true power would be unlocked at another time.
Okay, that gives solace. That gives comfort.
Okay, yeah, that's all I can do. I'm not gonna move from here. Just try to stay vigilant, I guess, for any of these other folks coming near us. If they come near us.
All
But
right.
just to myself, I go, yes.
Finally got one.
Got it.
Cornelius.
Now, I have a notion. But just give me a moment to recall the raid. Okay, it's 34. Alright, so I can't be that far back, but that's fine. So, hopping out of the carriage, Cornelius is going to prepare his action to use his stone rune to charm the Minotaur when his turn comes.
All right. You don't want to just do it now?
Well, I'm slightly unclear on how that charm will work, because it says that they're incapacitated for a full minute, but I don't know if that means if they, like, take a hit or something, they'll come out of it.
Can you click it real quick?
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't say that they come out of it if they're hit, but...
And in addition, when a creature you could see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to invoke the rune and force the creature to make a wisdom saving throw. Unless the save succeeds, the creature is charmed by you for 1 minute. While charmed in this way, the creature has a speed of 0 and is incapacitated. Descending into a dreamy stupor, the creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effects on a success. Well, it just seems like it's charmed for the minute or until it succeeds.
Awesome, and I had totally forgot that it's when a creature ends their turn, so that means I can actually attack now still. In which case... I'm going to do Giant Rabbit Attack.
Oh, you would have to wait for him to end his turn, though. Because...
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Because it says when a creature ends their turn.
Use a reaction? Dude, that's awesome. It's really strong.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I thought picking that rune early was a priority, because I thought that there are going to be situations where this is needed. I mean, having said that, probably doesn't work so well against anyone who has a decent spellcaster level. So, yes, I'm going to go giant form.
All right. You grow large. I'm gonna go ahead and grow you. That way we know. And this bunny is now still not quite as big as the minotaur, but you are close.
And now I'm going to give this dude hell. Oh, that doesn't hit at all.
He just kind of, with his bat slung over his shoulder, kneels forward a little bit and blocks it without even moving it from his shoulder.
I am not going to burn my action surge here. That is just going to end my turn.
Alrighty. Next. Tolston looks to his son and says, "On me, boy!" He walks over here, pulls out his crossbow, his heavy crossbow. Wait! I don't think he has that anymore. Because whenever you guys were fighting the goblins, he had to quickly switch to his greatsword, so he had to throw it down.
Yeah.
Alright. So, scratch that. He pulls his greatsword. And turns his back to face anyone that would be willing to attempt to climb up the side here, the hill. Readying an action to attack anyone that attempts to come near you.
Cool, cool.
Okrith going to help Natus and to get a little bit of temporary HP is going to wreathe his blade in that magical red energy that you've seen before and give a shred. The Minotaur
Doesn't he have
elbows
have
the
a-
side of the blade, and it just bounces back.
curse you always disadvantage?
No, even with advantage, that still doesn't hit.
Yeah, but it was a crit fail, and what if Wheat was like, I want to do something more fun with crit fails, like the first campaign. You know, you never know. He could be feeling fancy. What if he was feeling fancy? Sucks to be us.
Well, it sucks to be anyone standing within 5 foot of him anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, it's Varsum's turn. No? Okay.
Dainichi, this is you.
Oh, yes, right. Sorry, I had been preparing to use the rune, yes. And that is what I shall do.
As Varsum?
Oh, whoops, sorry. I forgot I was controlling Varsum. Sorry, this heat is brutal and it's got my head kind of spinny.
No worries.
Now, Varsum will... He has regular movement range, right?
Yeah, it's 30.
I meant to put him here. And the sling's range is, I want to say, 10 foot?
Has the range in it. Let's see here. The sling is 30 foot to 120.
Oh, awesome. So he shall fire from here.
The pebble pings off of him.
Yeah, didn't expect that to hit.
Makes sense.
Alright, so now that I know I'm playing Varsum as well, I shall end Varsum's turn.
All right. The Minotaur's turn is nigh. He looks to the side for a moment and says, "Execute!"
What do I see?
What do you mean, what do you see?
He
You
says
see him look to
execute.
his side.
Yeah, and so what's he looking at?
His guys.
And what are his guys doing?
His guys are staying out of the way.
And he barely told them to execute. He hasn't said they're doing anything yet.
Yeah, execute could mean commence in some languages, like English.
Oh, then you would wait for them to do something.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you
that's
would
why I
see
say,
them do
what
something.
do they do?
You don't see them doing anything. They're just staying back. Their weapons are
Barely said
drawn, but it looks more like they're a wall, keeping you from moving to the sides, than an active force that is working against you.
Usually when someone gives anything that even sounds like an order, something happens. So I asked what happens. He was getting to it naturally, but hey, you know.
But, as it is his turn, he will use his bonus action to rage. He yells, rearing his horns and is arching his back. And he begins to swing that club, still recklessly, all over the place. With the first one, he is going to drop Natus, and he is going to turn around 180 with his club out to his side. And he is going to hit Apollyon, but not before bashing a bit of you guys all around him in the crossfire. Each of you must make an athletics or acrobatics check, or be pushed, that's his athletics, 15 feet away from him, and be knocked prone.
Is that Natus and Dominicus as well?
Within 5 feet. So, Natus, Cornelius, Ocrith, Dimitri, Phineas, and Apollyon.
Well, maybe those 1d4s will save the native Dominicans. A 1 and a 4.
Is this for the
17
bless?
and 19. Yes.
Bless doesn't work on skill checks.
Bullshit. God damn it. That was why guidance was so good.
It's why guidance is the best.
Yes. So, those of you who fail, which is... yeah, right.
Was the target 16?
No. The target is 29. That was his athletics check.
So with natives
Phineas,
still attached
ooh,
to the cart,
close.
what does that do to the rest of us?
Hmm?
With natives
Oh,
still
the whole
attached to the
thing is
cart,
going backwards by 5 feet.
Okay. I'll just get pushed. I gotta wait for the princess to get pushed back, I guess.
Ooh, Apollyon dodges. He's not pushed. And each of you who failed is knocked prone as well, and might even tip over the cart, technically.
Cow tipping!
And you each
So how
take
do we do that?
7 damage.
Nice and flat, bad. It's not-
Oh wait, did I say 5 feet? It's 15 feet, sorry. That's why it's...
Yeah, okay, so
So yeah, it's gonna flip the cart.
right. All right, well, tell us.
But it's
Where does it
armored.
flip?
It's fine. Also, accidentally sending the princess flying off of hers.
No.
She is not taking the damage because it was the actual hit that dealt the damage. The hit that knocked you guys back that dealt the damage, not the pushback. Dimitri goes flying back. Phineas goes flying back. Apollyon, although is hit with the brunt of it, holds up his sword, putting his forearm against it to brace the impact. He still takes the damage that was meant for him.
In a panic look, Dominicus will look to Sigismund and say, "Robot, or puppet, heal my steed from its pain."
He beeps and boops as he's now looking at Navis. Once he gets a turn, he'll do something, but you know, that's that.
Turns him around, and then he slams into him again with his second attack, which he already rolled. Dealing another... oh crap, his rage bonus isn't in there.
No, like a 2. Oh wait, no, he's a really high level.
I think he's at +4 right now
Ah,
on rage bonus. And evening the odds a little bit more against the one that he is going to attack now. And then he ends his turn. Pause for effect.
Well, now that his turn has ended, I can finally do the thing. Wait,
Stein
hang on,
room.
can I?
Yes. That's why I pause for effect.
Barely.
No, not even barely. You can do it from the edge of yourself, not the middle.
Ah, excellent. So,
Yeah.
yes, now
You got
he
time to
does the thing.
spare. You got room. Alright, it's a wisdom save, yes?
Yes, wisdom save.
Ooh.
Hi-ho-yo. Hee-nee-nee.
He seems to kind of lull for a moment and then shrug
Well,
that off.
shot.
Yeah.
But yes, it is Dimitri's turn. He is knocked prone and not enjoying himself at the moment. Wishing a little bit that he had a ranged cantrip at the moment.
Maybe I could teach him a few times. Well, I'm kidding.
But he gets up. Not one to shirk from a challenge. And runs back up. Luckily, he was pushed only enough that he could make it back. Since the minotaur did not move. And he is going to wreathe his dagger in frost once again. It seems that the muscles of this creature has become harder, and he's unable to pierce it as he gets a glancing blow, barely shaving any fur off of him. Phineas steps up from his prone, and there he's gonna attempt to smack him once more. His hammer gets hooked on the horns and then thrown back. He doesn't lose the hammer, but he's unable to get a good blow in with the flat of his hammer. Sigismund! You were thrown from the cart as it flooped and flopped as everyone was pushed.
So where have I landed?
Probably just like, you could be here, there, either one of those spots, whichever one you want. I just realized nobody's doing Prisma. She's sick from her.
Well, she's restrained in a knapsack. Of course she's not doing anything.
She was
No,
actually
she
let
was
out.
free.
Oh.
She was bothering Cornelius about getting the black ice, the black sugar from him. Last time.
So
Well, she's
the robot
addicted,
just
but she's
people
still-
people.
Well, she can still attack, right? But yes, I forgot to.
And gives Navis a paltry 10 HP.
Great. I will appreciate that. Thank you.
This guy just looking.
Is that the end of your turn?
It's just a staring at the rhino. And yeah, that's it.
All right, Natus, Dominicus, it is
Okay, yeah.
your collective turn.
So Dominicus will look over to Vitari with a worried look on his face and say, "This is bad, Viri.
Yeah.
Natus could get the princess out of here."
Yeah, he could. All right.
What do you think about that?
I see what you mean. It's
Well, you
So
are
this
unhitched
kidder-
now.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely unhitched.
So here's what I'm
Same.
thinking as a player. I'm like, right, story-wise, it'll be pretty sweet for Natus to get the princess out of here on her journey home and bond with her in the process.
Oh, whoa.
Just for future context or story or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, but this opponent, like, Natus, he's got no chance with what I've got, athletics-wise or anything. He's just a bigger, badder version of me. So, like, on your say so right now, Natus will go and scoop up the princess and charge away.
What?
I think there's
What?
a bunch of guys here. I think it would just leave her open for them to get her. 'Cause they were. I don't know what they have. How fast?
Really,
they
he
can go.
rations this time?
I say.
This isn't
let's-
Natus, though. This is Dominicus.
Yeah, Vitara will tell Dominicus let's wait till just a little more dire because we are still surrounded.
So how do I need to get up from being prone?
You just expend half of your movement.
And we'll do that together. So, like, you know, Natus will... Well, Dominicus will be on Natus, and then he'll just get up.
Oh, right.
And then-
Based on mounted rules, Dominicus would have been knocked off, and he would have had to make a dexterity saving throw, yeah?
Yeah, I have advantage of saving throws. If you fall off your mount and descend no more than 10 feet, you can land on your feet.
Well, you descended less than 10 feet, so...
So that's just
So you just get to land, right?
dexterity saving throw with advantage.
No, I thought you said that you could just land if it was
If-
less than 10 feet.
Yeah, if you fell off.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. Dexterity saving throw to see if he falls off.
I don't know why I did it twice, actually, sorry. Yeah, all fails, I think it, so yeah. It only takes...
No, it's only a
5 feet.
DC 10,
Okay.
it says. So yeah. You
Okay.
can land just fine.
We'll charge.
Dominicus lands just fine, and Natus charges.
"20 feet in a straight line." Oh, is he still recklessly attacking?
He did. So yeah, that hits.
Nice.
Right. If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw. Target number. Target number 13.
I think you'll have to choose which one you want. Do you want the prone or the grapple?
Oh. Yeah. Because I'm charging, I want to try and knock him over, like maybe shoulder checked him.
Okay.
Even though it was a gore attack, it would have just been with his shoulder, bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. I got you. All right. And you said strength saving throw?
Yes.
Not the best guy to do that against, to force strength saves, but he still could have got really bad.
Yeah.
So he takes 6 damage as he is raging now.
It says here as well, the target takes extra damage equal to your barbarian level.
Oh yeah? And you're level 4, so that'd be 14, so he'd take 1 more damage.
And then Dominicus will attack, bonus attack.
Go for it. He can't seem to pierce that hide.
With the 22 as well?
With the 22 as well.
Oh, bless.
Oh yeah. Roll it.
2 seconds, I'm covering up all of it.
You hit?
Nice.
With the bless, I could have just said you hit anyway because if you would have gotten the minimum, you would have got him.
Plus 2 rage.
Alright, so that puts it at 11. So he takes 5 damage. And bonus action?
Yep, bonus action attack.
I think that'll hit.
Yes! we'll just go. Wait, I've got to check his things again. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so instead of the extra damage, I will do Frightening Swing.
Alright. Well, Dominicus goes for the swing, letting out a roar as he does. He's done this move on many a foe. But the Minotaur rages around and does not seem to be affected by your frightening roar. I will allow you to go back on that if you wish.
Well, by the text, it says that he is.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
But also
he
by
sure
the
is.
text, it says that he isn't.
What? So you'll allow me to know that in advance and then just do damage instead?
Yeah, you'll see that it is not affecting him before your strike lands,
Yeah. Okay.
and you can...
If you allow me.
Yeah,
I'll-
I will allow that.
Okay. How do you do it again? An extra d20?
No, it's just the damage die again. It seems that this tyrant does not even notice your attempt to frighten him. Okay, so it'd be... Wait. No, it automatically does it. So the first one would have been the extra damage with which would just be the 7.
Right. So you got to roll another 24 against me. I was like, yeah.
And plus rage damage is plus 2, so that would actually be 9. He takes a little bit more damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. Apollyon is taking all of his focus at the moment. He's going to attempt to do what he did before, dealing 7 damage. And you see as that energy begins to try to cover his eyes once again. And he fails his saving throw, taking an extra 16 necrotic. And you see as the clouds fill his eyes. And he begins to search unknowingly what he's looking for. As he is now blinded. Everyone had advantage on his stuff at the moment, but that gives him disadvantage. So he can only break even if he attacks recklessly.
Cool.
Kind of waves his club, rubbing at his eyes. As Apollyon steps up for 2 more greatsword slashes. Hitting, and then bouncing off of the bat as he gets a lucky smack. Oh yeah, bless. Alright. Hitting both times because of that bless.
Nice.
Vitari, it is now your turn.
Ready. Let's see what we got. How's everybody looking?
We've got a pink rhino, if you're curious.
Yeah, I meant everybody's health.
I mean, I think someone should probably collect the princess.
By pink rhino, I mean that the rhino's like almost dead.
I just let him in a bruise, and I was like, yeah, there's one whole side of him is completely bruised.
Yeah, he's starting to look like Two-Face.
Grab the princess, like, take her along and kind of put her in the bigger part of the flip cart, just to have her protected on one side, along with that shield of faith.
Alright, so you pick her up. As in, like, you like actually picking her up, or you just helping her to her feet?
Getting her to her feet, yeah.
Alright. Well, that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, just
She will follow you.
just putting her right there. I'd go right here.
Until... Hold on a minute.
Until
until you feel
Okay.
you can see a bit of electricity from nowhere. Does an 18 hit?
18 hit me.
Yes.
It's an imposter.
Yeah, that hits me.
All right. You take 8 lightning damage
Okay. Cool.
as the lightning subsides, and the princess is helped to her feet not by you.
What?
What would you like to do?
Kill this
Ouch.
man.
Who's by her?
You see no one at the moment.
I don't see nobody. Okay. But I know.
Do I see grooves on the floor?
It's a stone walkway.
Well, I know they're not.
You
trying
do,
to hurt
however,
her.
see nothing like grabbing her arm and pulling her up.
Alright, yeah, I know they're not
Got an invisible bodyguard.
trying to hurt her, they're trying to take her, so I will do fairy fire on that, just on this area.
All
We
right.
can all glow together.
Well, as you do that, a humanoid figure is lit up by your fairy fire, who has been invisible for you don't know how long.
Nope. Just be like, you.
Did you have to shock me, D-bag?
I don't think I can do anything else.
But now you know that there is an invisible combatant that's been here.
Yes, no longer.
No longer invisible, as it is lit up. Which, actually, now that I'm looking, I might have accidentally put her on top of him.
Whoa,
Hold on.
spicy
Oh,
much?
Where, are you on him? You were on him!
Oh, I mean, I can't see him.
I know! You ran into him.
This is getting spicier.
Boop!
Okay.
And there, that's where you were.
Yes.
And that was why he shocking grasped you, because you ran into him
Alright,
as you were
okay.
going towards the
Trying to reach
princess.
the princess, yes. And that fairy fire. So action. I don't think I got a bonus day here. Nope, that's an action. Yeah.
Wait, are you at 10 right now?
Yeah.
Why are you at 10? You only took 8
I was
lightning.
I was never healed from that arrow.
Oh, from
Prisma
Prisma. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
Prisma,
never
what a
healed
hoe.
myself. Didn't think about it.
She get like
So,
a
yes.
refunded like 3-4 turns when she actually joins in.
No. At the moment,
Uh.
she's, feeling not too good. That's why she's...
Yeah, I think that's all I can do. I mean, I got movement, but I can't really shove him because I don't have an action, so I've got a bonus spell that I can do. So
You just see the Hollow Man shining.
shining. I'm gonna stay shining in the blue fire or blue light, whatever it looks like,
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
You also, however,
Just shout to
probably...
everybody. Somebody's here.
You probably got a little bit of the cart and the princess as well as yourself in this, though. Maybe.
I think I can choose, so. Yes. Right.
Wait, any creature in this spell is also outlined in the light if it fails a dexterity saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I always thought that was just automatic.
I thought you had rolled in. I just didn't notice. So.
Nope, I just
Yeah,
thought
like
it
how
was
you GM
automatic
it.
all this time.
Well, he saves, so. So no,
Right.
I just see the person gripping the
Wow.
grip on her arm. Something has her.
I was powering up Fairy Fire because I just never read it again
Yeah.
after the first time.
All right. Yeah. No, I just shout to everybody else that somebody's here and they're invisible.
That's the sign of a true wheat.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. With Vitari's call, you all can see that someone is grabbing the princess. Well, I'm gonna keep him on there because I lost him before.
Yeah.
Maybe have the princess roll for the fairy fire as well. Her being highlighted wouldn't be a bad thing.
Her being highlighted. I mean, yeah. I think I would
I don't.
choose her. It
I
does
don't think
cause
she's
damage,
going
right?
to attempt to get out of that.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
she
I
likes
would make
glowing.
sure.
Can you make her purple so that I care?
Yeah, so it doesn't cause damage. So yeah, I'd at least mark her too.
All right, she
Yeah,
is
but
marked.
you also have to choose what color.
I said blue before, so it's blue.
Oh. Have her be kidnapped. No one cares. Well, I don't care. She helped usher in the doom of the planet without even asking why.
Okay, well, that's my turn. Whoever's
All right.
next.
Cornelius.
Now, I'm going to use half my movement to stand up, but that means I can't close the distance on this guy.
I mean, you only had to go 15 feet. I don't know how you're 20 feet away.
I mean, I am technically 15 feet away.
Then you can make it back. Or is your movement speed not 30? Is it 25?
Oh, it is 30. Yes, so I can. Sorry, I don't know why I had less. It's the heat really doing me in. So yes, I will close the distance on him.
All right, everyone is back to where they were.
And since I know this guy's strength is absolutely monstrous, I am not going to attempt to shackle him. I'm just going to throw an attack into his back.
All right, well, he is blinded, but sadly, his raging roid muscles are too hard to get in there as he is thrashing around, unable to see what's around him now.
Wait, would you allow Cornelius to pull an Ant-Man? You know, just shove that sword up his butt, then expand?
Well, the sword only expands whenever he's holding it.
Yeah. Yeah, a la shove his sword up his butt.
Well, he's already
I mean,
expanded.
in future scenarios, not exactly right now.
He could do that as the finishing attack if he gets a finishing move, you know, if he wishes to describe himself doing that.
Which is
I'm about to
like the
make
most
you my
complicated
Thanos.
thing to do.
I'm gonna be your Ant-Man to my Thanos. Or wait, the reverse of that.
Is that the end of your turn, though?
Yes, that will end my turn.
All right. Tolston and Varsum back to back. Just keeping a watch. Sees that there's something going on with the princess out of the corner of his eye, but sees that Vitaria is also there and thinks that he can handle it.
Well,
He has a high
Well.
opinion of you.
help.
Help? Do you say
No, not
help?
really. No, help. I just want everyone to know what's going on.
Hmm.
Well, then he would... If I guess he would instead say,
I hate
Okrith!
not yelling help, but just like, hey, someone's here.
Okrith! Keep the bandits at bay! You can kind of see the angle at which she's being lifted up. He's gonna have disadvantage,
Yeah.
but he's gonna take his greatsword and swing. Not able to connect with anything on that one. But as he lifts up, you see some blood fall from the air as he does 10 slashing damage.
Nice.
And you hear like, you hear a voice cry out, I need help here!
Hmm.
Okrith's turn. Okrith will stand up and face the bandits that are surrounding you, making sure that they cannot come in on you. They don't seem to even want to, though. And he will ready his action to destroy. But the Minotaur screams out, I thought I told you to execute! Why are you still here? And he's like, sorry! And you see, as a door opens up into nothing in the air, and the princess seems to be pushed through it,
No.
and a blood trail follows through that door.
I don't have a reaction for this.
And then the door closes.
Well,
And they are gone.
should have listened to Dominicus.
Nah, no, the same thing would have happened. He would have shocked Dominicus or Navis and downed him.
Only if it hit him.
Possibly.
Also, I doubt that would have downed him.
He came to me looking for help. I feel like he was like at 2 HP. That's the only way.
I mean, he has 33 and you gave him, what, 9?
Whoa, whoa. Fact check, I gave him 8.
Okay. It really
it 8?
matters. Varsum's turn! Wait, actually,
Now,
hold on
as
a
the
second.
princess has been.
Sorry. One moment. I have to
No
check
problem.
something in Tolston real quick. Ugh. Ah, nope. Yes. It is now Varsum's turn.
All right, now Varsum, as there's no princess to rescue anymore, is going to pelt the Minotaur with a rock again. But he's going to do it while sticking close to Awkward, just in case.
Swing up. Boop. And it bounces off of his nose. Good aim,
And
just not heavy enough.
and that will end his turn. Kid's got a good eye, but his arm needs work.
All right. The Minotaur begins scraping his hoof along the ground. He's going to make another attack. 360 all around him. Well, actually, he can't do that unless he actually hits something. All right. And then he leans forward to try to gore in any direction. He still has disadvantage because of his blindness. And he is not... he's technically recklessly attacking, but he is not going to reckless attack the action. Because he's, you know, flailing. And it's lucky that he hits anything at all. So yes, as he was able to hit Apollyon even through his blindness with his own gore attack, he doesn't get the extra damage. He does 13 damage to Apollyon. And as I said before, he's swinging around. And he's gonna make another attempt to push at everything around him. Need athletics or acrobatics checks from the lot of ya. Apollyon staying in there.
So Nada gets a 23.
Dimitri is pushed. Phineas is pushed.
So is a crit stored if it was never possible for it to work even as a crit anyways?
No. It's only if it's something that you don't need the nat 20 to succeed on. Like, if it's a 5, if it's a DC 5 and you get a nat 20, you can bank that one.
Saddening.
But he knocks you all away, except for Apollyon. Each of you who got knocked away takes 7 damage from the vicarious swing. And the Minotaur is going to attempt to charge forward blindly. He's out of attacks, but he's just gonna go boof. Apollyon kind of dives out of the way and gives him an upper slash, which hits as he goes by. And you see as another magic begins attempting to infect the Minotaur. Has to make a con... Oh, that's not the saving throw. Boop. Alright, he fails. And you can see, as he begins to... The wound that he inflicted with that... Also need to do that for 15 more necrotic damage. The wound begins to bubble, and blood begins to fly through the air and into Apollyon's mouth.
Just unsanitary.
The mouth of his armor, I should say.
Wow, is this thing bloodied yet?
No, not yet.
He has thousands of HP. No, I'm kidding. He's clearly got hundreds, but not thousands. Oh, we should restrain this guy. He may try to run away once. They already got the princess.
That's what he's doing. He's just charged away.
Right.
He threw everybody aside and ran, basically.
Well, you don't know the intention behind this,
Or at least that's what's, you know.
but it's now the end of his turn.
We need to do a prisoner trade.
But anyway...
Whose turn is it now?
It is Dimitri's. I was reading something. My bad.
I thought you were doing that waiting until person whose turn it is realizes it's their turn.
No. I was reading something about something else. To make sure I was doing it right, and I was. Dimitri stands up and goes 15 feet and ends his turn. Phineas stands up, walks 15 feet, actually getting closer to Dimitri, and ends his turn. Sigismund!
So
What would you like to do?
Sig looks at the rhino and he's been told to heal, so that's his current order, even if he still keeps doing it. So he does it again. For 13 this time.
Very nice.
It's almost as if trying to roleplay a character has its benefits.
Anything else?
It beep boop boop beep boops. And then it just stares at Prisma.
All right, Natus and Dominicus.
Okay. So yeah, I can't charge per se, but he's not gonna let him get away. So I mean, can I try and trip him up?
And the
How
robot
so?
opens its mouth, and
Run
when it
underneath
does
him and
so,
then just like knock him off his feet,
uh,
like run past him. Because I'm taking the dash action, so I don't think I can attack.
Don't with the mobile feat, can't you make like one attack, or is that the dash or whatever it's called?
When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. It's when I make a melee attack. Even charges.
Oh, it's
when...
charger. That's what it is.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
That's the feat that allows you to make an attack after a dash or something, I think.
I mean, yeah, he's not going to let me get away. So, if I can't trip him up or anything, I will use my whole movement and run between his legs. Right in his path.
You did have to use half of it to get up, though.
Oh.
Because you were thrown 15 feet and knocked prone. So, if you take the dash action, it'll still be it'll basically just be your full regular movement without the dash action.
wait, what?
What do you mean,
Doesn't
wait,
the
what?
dash action grant you your base movement and more movement?
No. It doubles what movement you have. And since you have to use half of your movement and then take the dash, you're back to normal.
What if he decided to take the dash while still down, where it's still 30?
If he was... But if you're knocked prone, your movement is 0.
Oh.
So if he was to take the dash action, his movement would be completely 0.
Well, 0 times 2 is more than... I can't even make that stick. Go on.
How many hand axes can I throw?
You have... 1 attack at a time. The only reason you're able to attack more than once is because you're dual wielding. And you'd only be able to pull 1 at a time anyway.
One.
Yeah, that is not high enough as it whizzes past him. Seems to be kind of clumping back and forth, a little left and right, like his natural run is a little all over the place.
Okay. I'll end our turns then.
All right. Apollyon is going to use his bonus action to extend the effects of those curses. Just the conditions, not the damage. Because he actually has to hit somebody with that to do the damage. And he will begin to run beside you. And he's actually going to ready an attack instead of pursuing him further. Because he is a little more worried about the princess being gone. And actually, he would step in front of you with that. And that will end his turn. Vitari.
It's mine. Okay. Where's that? I just John, don't let him get away. And how far away is he from me? I like to go. Okay.
So what you trying to do over there?
I'm just gonna fucking cast flaming sphere in front of him.
Flaming sphere.
Yes.
Well, then
How far can I cast now?
it's a 60-foot range.
To range. From here. Alright. So I'll put it. I'll put it on top of him again.
Yeah. It's 60 feet away, so yeah.
Alright.
Go for it.
I got the circle. How big is it again? 5 foot.
No. Well, it it says unoccupied space. He is technically occupying that space.
Okay.
So you will have to put it right here, which will hit Apollyon, or here, which will hit Apollyon.
I was gonna put it here beside him.
Whoop. Can do.
Yes. Put that there. So we cannot move it afterwards. Choose. Use that.
All right.
Brandon's turn.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Cornelius.
I'm going to spend half my movement to get back up. Then I'm going to move as close as I can. And then I'm going to use my flame rune to imbue my weapon attack, followed by shooting at him with the heavy crossbow.
All right.
He's blind, and you got 1d4.
That
Okay,
is
so that's
true.
a hit then.
All right. So, as you pull your crossbow, you fire. You can see as fiery chains begin to wrap around the arrow as it flies. It pierces into the Minotaur's back, and the chains begin to wrap around him,
But does it succeed?
holding
No
him
chance in
down.
hell. Not with that strength mod.
You still do the damage, so that's cool.
Yes, I rolled the damage already.
But yes. You must attempt a strength saving throw.
Aren't you like 13?
Yeah, my spell DC is 13.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, it's 12 even, so not even.
All right.
Man, I
So
really wanted Wheat to do the voice.
The chains break around him. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that'll end his turn. Intellectually, I knew it wouldn't work, but I also knew that Cornelius would try anyway.
Man. I'm gonna have to wait for something else that can make him do the voice.
Tolston begins to curse at his ineptitude. And he begins to turn his attention to the bandits on the side. Seems that anger may have clouded his judgment as he begins going after them.
Yeah, fuck this mission. I agree. Like, a door to where? You know, like, what?
Want a dimension door out of here?
I mean, it seems to me like the dimension door spell, so they can't have gotten far.
Well, then it's up to you magic users to do something
500
about
feet,
it.
so that's enough to get away from us.
I just realized I'm under orders. Rescue the princess. I do care. I just didn't remember that I cared.
Alright. Well, Tolston, screaming, "Where's she going? Where are you taking her?" He seems a little bit more, intimidating than usual. The bandits kind of back off. And then Sigismund, and probably Okrith since he's looking that way, you see as a... well, I don't really know what to call them. A robed man jumps over the crowd and comes down on Tolston with a scimitar.
And that guy looks like he's about to spout some stuff.
Boop.
Oh, come on. Did you really
That I really was.
let him? Because he has a scimitar.
No. Not because he has a scimitar. He has a
Probably
scimitar
because
because
he's a
his name is Aladdin. It's the other way around.
Also, what's he a chaser of?
Well,
He's
you would have found out had Natus picked up the princess.
Ah,
Oh, so what you're saying is he's a zoophile?
No, it's more like he's the guy that would have stopped Natus with the princess. But he comes down, clashing against Tolston's greatsword. He flips over him and skids on the ground, circling around to face him. Scimitar over the shoulder.
we're taking her.
Seems to be a rather handsome young man. Don't know why he would be in.
the Aladdin subplot.
Don't know why he would be in this kind of situation if with those good looks.
alright.
But that is his readied action. And Tolston, who still has 10 feet of movement left, would turn to him, anger in his eyes, and go for him.
How much you wanna bet that the Minotaur is actually Genie?
As this unknown man begins to sidestep with absolute grace these sword swings. That is going to be the end of Tolston's turn. Okrith is, kind of like, screw this. And he is going to run into the group as well. He is gonna... You see as he jumps up and slams his sword down on the ground, kicking up dust and denting in the area in front of him. As he thunder waves. Do, 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 do. Hold on a second. Where did it go? Oh my god. Alright. The bandits who were not in this fight must now make a Constitution saving throw. And he'd be able to get 4 of them. Right? No. That's not 4.
Yeah.
That'd be 9? 15-foot cube, 3x3? Yeah, that's 9. As they all begin to be like, blah, and just pushed away by his massive swing. 1, 2. DC 13, really? That's it? Wow. I expected better from you. But 1, 2, 3. 3 of them are thrown back. And you see as they begin to separate, their pieces begin to separate as they fly back. And the ones who succeeded are bloodied. That is the end of his turn. Varsum, it's your turn.
Varsum.
Yes, I know. I was gonna say, I was actually right about to say, now presumably Vossum would go to back up his dad, so that's what he's gonna... I did not forget this time.
And Tolston would be like, boy, come.
And so, yeah, he's going to spend his time backing up his whatever his dad's doing. And that will end his turn.
All right. Well, that makes it top of the turn order, and now I'm going to have to roll initiative for him. The young man with the brown skin is now in the initiative order. But it is actually the Minotaur's turn. As he ran, and you are chasing him, Natus, Dominicus, and Apollyon. You see, as he skids his hooves across the stones and turns, putting his club into a holster on his back. And he puts his hands to the ground on all fours. And he is going to charge forward. Doop. You know what? He can do this whenever he actually dashes. So, he's going to go through as many people as possible. Horns and head down. Don't know what's in front of him, just knows that he turned around.
Suddenly, I'm very glad I didn't have the movement to chase him more precisely.
How is Prisma okay?
Prisma's
I'm-
not technically there.
Yeah, she's not technically there. She's just kind of flying above and puking. Half an hour to an hour, huh?
I know, right?
Yeah,
She's lost her credibility card.
Shit happens.
Yeah, stuff happens.
So
You guys are too
did I get hit
soft
by
on
that,
people.
or was I on the edge of it?
You would not have gotten hit by that. But he's going to make an attack against Apollyon, who is able to dodge out of the way.
So see, kind of just bobs back a little. Wait, hold on. I thought that attack roll was for everyone.
No,
Oh.
he's going to make an attack against each of you.
Mangoes. Mangoes, I tell you.
And you know what? He is going to recklessly attack to make it at normal. Because, I mean, what does he have to lose at the moment?
My respect.
So the 32 will hit Apollyon as he takes 14 piercing, and you see that he is picked up.
Oh, didn't Apollyon ready in action?
Yes, he did,
Okay.
but not to do what you think he was gonna do.
It's not what I think, it's what I hope.
What do you hope?
That he was gonna attack.
He's not.
See.
He was readying an action to stop Natus and Dominicus. Natus, the attack comes at you, recklessly attacking at... He's still blinded, though, so that 16 does not hit, I'm pretty sure. Hmm?
I mean, ella puedo coger una foto.
Got one for Dominicus, which I'm pretty sure doesn't hit.
Nope.
And then he picks up the cart and throws it.
Hey.
And technically, it's on its side already. So he just kind of goes and just knocks it, and it falls over more than gets thrown, I guess.
I want to see your insurance provider.
Yeah, we were definitely not at fault in that accident. He came straight at us.
And that is going to be the end of his turn. Dimitri is kind of just looking at all the chaos going on. He's like, this is very inelegant. And he... Oh, actually... Sigismund, you actually would be in the way, wouldn't you? Gore! Alright, you take 17 damage, and I'll need you to make a concentration check. Oh, also, Apollyon, as I said before, was picked up by this. So I'm going to put him there just to kind of do that. And Sieg, you are also now picked up by this. But Dimitri... It's just gonna be like, what? Jesus. Holy crap. This is crazy.
Oh my god.
Seems he is also feeling quite unuseful at the moment. So he, seeing a new target, he's going to dash over here and be like, maybe I can actually help these two. Half of damage, or 10, I think, whichever is higher. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
I'm sorry, what? Can you say that again?
It is a base of 10 if that, or half the damage if it's higher than 10.
Okay, then I beat it. Total damage there was 24, so 12 would have been half.
Yep.
No blesses lost for us.
No, you didn't take the extra damage because he didn't get that critical. So you only took the 17.
Oh, whoops a daisy. Well, let me just add a 7 to myself.
Yep.
And you were picked up on his
I mean,
head.
so
We're
I'm
gonna
with him
become-
now?
You are with him now.
Expiration.
And so is Apollyon.
Well, Sieg's looking around for the rhino.
Oh, you can see him.
Yeah, you see him way over there.
This is a bit of a problem. Situation does not compute. Cannot follow orders.
Well, anyway, it is now Phineas's turn. He is going to once again. Oh God, that's not the direction. Why are you not putting in extra dots whenever I want you to? You got to go around Vitari, man. And he's gonna dash over here too, stepping in front of his master. Sigismund!
Alright. Is that one just bigger? My time wave would probably have disadvantage even though I'm trying to shotgun blast at it.
It's a ranged attack at melee range, so yeah.
Yeah. That's so silly. It's not much of a, up close kind of guy. So what he does is that he wounds him, and I shall probably modify that. Let me see how I can modify it.
Did you give yourself bless?
I did not, but I do have built for success. Fortunately, only 4, you know.
Okay, what does built for success do?
I have a D4 to 1 attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you make.
Alright, well
And I
that
can
is an
make it
attack roll.
after seeing the D20, but before the effects of the roll are resolved. And I already know what they're. So therefore, yeah, I know they can't be fixed. So, yeah. Apparently this minotaur is not wounded.
This minotaur.
Mm. So, after that, kinda just... Well, it's blinded, so it can't make an attack of opportunity on me, right?
I don't think it... I think that it can technically, but everything is still at disadvantage. Because it's just... It would just be like, it's flailing wildly, and it just accidentally kind of clips you. You know?
Well, I, come down over here. His attack range is 5 or 10?
I think it's just 5.
Okay, because him being a large creature makes me think he might have a...
Oh,
chance on-
you do still have to try to make a check to get ungrappled.
I'm grappled? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so... what's the check? Strength check?
Yeah.
Athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Against his athletics.
No, thank you.
Alright.
No, thank you. I mean, let me see what my highest potential is. 0, so my highest is 20 plus 4. How about I mulligan on that one and call you back later?
Alrighty. Is that the end of your turn then?
Just woo, like coo it down to like calm it down. Not really, it beeps, so I can't really do that. Beep, beep, beep.
Alright.
That's it.
Natus.
So I'm thinking my rage is cancelled.
Because you haven't gotten to attack or been attacked in a while.
I've not taken any damage or attacked in a turn.
Then yes, you would have to use another one if you wished to rage. And you can see the state of your wagon.
It's just pointless. I've got nothing to do at all. Like,
So, he went from like over here all the way over here.
Yeah, he dashed.
Okay. I was thinking about stuff.
right, so
Yes.
that's my full movement. With actually, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna choose the other stance. The one. What's it called? Flowing steps. And I'm basically going to use my dash action to like just run rings around him. Keeping a 10 feet gap.
Alrighty.
Dominicus is going to use his stance, draft wave. And attack from 10 feet away.
Alrighty. Roll those attacks. As he lets out these blades of air and wind, they seem to dissipate against... Oh, the first one. Yeah, forgot about that again. The first one hits. The second one dissipates against his skin.
No rage damage. And a bonus attack
That's a hit.
Intimidate him. He can no longer see how unintimidated.
No, so we'll just take the damage.
Alrighty.
Do I know what guys get critical hit effects?
I can probably do something up for that if you want.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the whole time Dominicus is like, where'd you take her? Where are you taking her? And then we'll end our turn. And I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, but feel free to continue.
Alright. Apollyon, still stuck on the Minotaurs. Not pierced through or anything. But is going to attempt to break free of this grapple. And he is able to do it. And he drops to the ground. And he begins to back up. And end his turn. Vitari.
Okay.
Sigismund, while you are on top of the Minotaur's head, you see as the cloud in his eyes disappears.
Polyon's really letting me down. Despite being the guy that's dealt the most damage.
I'm gonna move my flaming sphere towards the guys on the side there.
And they're just like, there's a sphere coming! Woo!
Sorry, a bit disappointed because he's kind of wasted a lot of spells right now. It's doing very much nothing. This sphere's concentration. Let's see. What is this one? This one. I'm gonna try to command the Minotaur. Yes.
Alright, what is your one-word command?
Chill, bitch. I mean, chill.
Apologize.
Alright, and what is the... Does this say, Wisdom saving throw? There it was.
Yeah.
16!
Yeah, he got just enough.
He kind of turns around and goes, sorry? Like, what did you say?
Yeah. Oh, my mind's like, I guess he kind of did it.
He's like, yeah!
That's something.
Success! I win.
That's my turn.
Alright, Cornelius.
Now, I am going to... advance over here and provide backup. Hang on, what's the minimum range on my crossbow?
Like 120 or something?
Yeah, minimum range is 100, so yeah, I'm well inside my range to use that. What the hell, I'm gonna fire anyway at the Minotaur.
Alright, make that attack roll.
So that doesn't hit.
He turns around and backhands it out of the air. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that will end my turn.
Alright. Next.
Sega's kind of just now playing possum since it saw that its eyes are clean.
Do you want to try to do a performance check?
Sure. Kind of just stops moving. And, where is it? Man! What is up with these rules for literally everything? He keeps giving all of the, I'm gonna ignore everything. I'll never roll under a 12.
Well,
Everyone else is like, well, none of us are gonna roll anything high.
well, the new addition to the combat. You see, as he lets out jets of fire and circles around Tolston, leaving a ring around him. And he swings his scimitar, which alights with fire. He's unable to get a good hit with the first hit, but the second one lands true. And Tolston gets hit in the back for 8 slashing and 6 fire. And that is going to be the end of his turn. Tolston sees the flames surrounding him. Doesn't care. He turns around. And as he swings his sword, the flames flare up. And he must make a dexterity saving throw. Barely able to dodge the flames that flow up and lick at him. He is able to make his greatsword attack. The robed man kind of steps back and forth. He's got them tricky feet. And he makes another attack. Still unable to hit him. The flames rise up once again. And he is unable to dodge this one. And he takes 2d6 fire damage.
Oh, I remember what it was. I would tell you.
Tolston ends his turn, and it is Arkurth's turn. What'd you need?
That was that one time that Kokuzo rolled a 4d12, I believe, or was it a 4d10? Forgot exactly how much it was. and she rolled a 1-1-1. And, oh wait, no, I think it was NEG. Shit, I forgot the exact story. When I remember the exact story, I'll tell you.
I'm glad you brought it up. Alkrith is going to just continue swinging his sword as the wall of bandits is broken, seeing just a whole slew of them get slain. The slew was slain as he slings his sword. And Okrith takes a step back as no one wants to get near that giant sword. I think also one of the reasons that the bandits do not want anything of this fight is that they can probably tell that they are outmatched even if they were to attempt to surround you guys. They're not wanting to take the casualties. Varsum.
I assure you, if you say it, he'll be like I was just about to.
Actually, funny story about that, because I was debating whether to use my sling or whether to have him retreat. Hell, I'll do both.
I'm gonna make a sling.
Ah, there he is. Sorry, I got briefly confused. It was trying to move somebody who wasn't Varsum.
Is Varsum bigger than Tolston?
Not really. I mean, token-wise, yes, because that's the only child token.
Air quotes. Child.
Yeah, air quotes child.
Nah, he's slinging this at Aladdin.
Varsum says, "Don't take me for granted," and then tosses a rock with his sling. He's unable to get it off, but that was a terrible pun. It's the first one I could think of.
You said granite.
I know. I'm talking about my pun was terrible.
Oh, well, I was playing off of yours.
I know, but mine was terrible, and yours, I don't think it even counts as a pun. But it's the first one I could think of. I've been thinking for a while. Anyways, at the end of Varsum's turn. Yes. I'm taking your silence as yes.
Yes, that is the end of his turn.
Alright. The Minotaur, now with his sight restored, he sees his compatriot, says, "What took you so long?"
He was enjoying a chaser.
As he grabs Sieg from his face, not needing a check because you are already grappled, and slams you to the ground. Does that hit?
No, it misses.
Alright, I'm gonna do the damage anyway. You take 32 bludgeoning damage.
Well, that's a down.
Good thing it's not, double the maximum that you have. And I need you to
Yeah.
make a... Well, since you're down, he just lets you go.
Well, so much for that bless.
Yes, everyone is no longer blessed. He turns to Apollyon, runs over. Oh, God. Oh, God. He's all crooked. There we go. And now, he's going to attempt to make a grab against him.
What? He has an extra action?
He used his bonus action to slam you.
What?
Yeah.
Seemed a hell of a lot more useful. D8 plus 20.
Yeah. But anyway, he's going to attempt to pick up Apollyon. I need to make... Apollyon tries to get away, but is caught by the Minotaur. And the Minotaur pulls his club and begins beating into him. The first one dealing damage, but the second one tinking off of his armor. Well, not really tinking, it's still a good smack, but doesn't actually do any damage. And Apollyon takes 20 bludgeoning damage. Dimitri looks to kind of even the odds.
If Dimitri doesn't call him a street rat, then this game is a farce.
Well, they're not really talking at the moment. And why would he say
Farce,
that? He
I tell you.
doesn't know his background.
Are you kidding me? He doesn't know the background of anyone here. He's like a loser.
Yeah. When has he actually
Exactly, he
treated
doesn't
you
need-
guys like losers, though?
All the time. She's like, I can't touch you people. You guys are beneath me.
He does think that you are below him, but that doesn't mean that he's treated you badly.
He made robes for everybody and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's going to go for another... Oh, really, Dimitri? Come on.
Huh? You're literally flanking.
Yeah, even with the advantage, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
I trusted you. Dimitri, you were supposed to be the hero!
I mean, it goes to show you.
Not really.
When players are meant to lose, they're gonna lose.
Who said you were meant to
F-
lose?
We're meant to lose.
D&D. My dice rolls.
Yeah, we're meant to lose. You know you're meant to lose when
At
everyone
least that.
gets the worst dice rolls for the situation on the player's favor.
Oh, Phineas. Gonna go for a Warhammer. No.
Oh,
Is that
oh.
put in wrong or something? He has been able to hit one single... Nope, it's not put in wrong. He's
Oh,
hit
my God.
We're
like
not-
one time in this entire game. Sigismund.
We're not meant
Nice.
to lose, huh? Watch this 111.
That would be
I
crazy.
forgot to,
Forgot to put the 3. Alright, you got one success.
I'm gonna hit a triple one before that per 3/6 comes off. I'm telling ya. And I'm telling ya.
Natus, 'tis your turn. And you,
Okay.
you're gonna love me.
So I'm gonna try something as Dominicus. So he's gonna like march Natus on a wide berth circle, so that he's facing it, and then as an action, he's gonna produce Medusa's head.
Alrighty.
I'm not leaving without you. I'm not looking that direction, by the way.
Well, you're down anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you did have with the. You can crawl around or do something if you want, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
the
I take
last
attacks of
standing
opportunity.
He'd probably notice that you're. If you did anything to him, he'd probably go ahead and smack you one, but at the moment you are done to him.
So what's my movement while crawling around? Is still
You
full?
can move. You can use your action to move 10 feet, crawling on your hands and knees.
Okay, so I with little sparks of electricity just zapping at me, I kind of just and you know you can you know it's a rock floor, so you can hear metal running on the ground. Not running, but giving a little.
dragged.
Where, when he's holding the Medusa's head, he'll be like, "Where's the princess, you cow-uttered bitch?"
Whoa.
Cow-uttered bitch. Love it. He'll answer you with a chuckle. He's like, she should be at our base camp by now.
Unlike Sonic, he don't chuckle.
I've got big plans for that princess.
We're just going to have to beat him up until he tells us where his camp is.
So does the Medusa's head do anything?
Oh, are you actually activating it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
wait.
I was holding it up and then getting his attention by.
I thought it
he
was
didn't
like
want-
still wrapped up or something.
he didn't
Like
So I
want-
you're,
said
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I'd circle around there, and Dominicus would use his action. to
Well, what
produce
does it
the-
say in the description? Or is it not written down?
I don't know where that is. Yeah, like, it might be written down, but I don't know where it is.
If it's not written down, I still have the thing, and it's based on that, so. Alright. He does look at you. And you activating the head forces him to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Aw, man, Con's the easiest one in the
Yeah, I
game.
thought it was willpower as well. Okay, let's do it anyway.
It's the easiest one in the game, and he has like a 13 on it.
So yeah, he feels himself kind of stiffening up. And you can see that stone is trying to form around him, but it just keeps breaking off as he flexes his muscles to just kind of like he's trying to scratch an itch without touching it.
Okay. So he flexes his muscles to scratch the itch.
Hmm.
And then the natives will charge in, but not actually charge. Just
Need
move in.
lotion.
All right.
And attack.
Gore. All right. You no longer have advantage on him at the moment, so you do miss. At the end of your turns?
Yes.
Apollyon seems to be a little worse for wear going on here. He's struggling to pull himself from the grip of the Minotaur, but doesn't seem to be able to. He makes an attack, hitting.
If only Prisma were here, she could feed Apollyon a drug candy.
And you see as that
dissolve it, but yeah.
And you see as that magic flows in to the Minotaur.
Everyone, desperate times call for desperate measures. Pop out the drugs.
And he takes out another 18, taking 26 in total.
What?
What?
Those two numbers. They're not 26.
He's raging. He's been raging this entire time. Because there hasn't been a moment where he hasn't taken some damage.
Okay.
So he gets that attack off. And is unable to make the rest of his attacks as he weakly presses down on him and loses grip of his sword and grabs onto him, just holding on to the Minotaur's hands. Vitari, it's your turn.
Okay. Squeeze through here to get use the flask on him.
Alrighty.
Oh, what was it getting? Okay, I wrote it down. Flask is 3d4 plus 3.
Yeah. Yeah. You need me to do it?
Or type it at plus 3. Slash roll, right?
Yep.
Type it a lot. You get 7.
Anyone else wanna question whether the game's out to kill us?
Right there, yeah, I'll send that sphere just to rust the guys down there. Jeez. That's half of what it moves, but it's there off the screen.
Yeah, they're just like,
Scraping across
woo! They're just wandering away from it like turkeys. And as they yelp, they do sound like turkeys.
And yeah, giving him the flask as an action, right?
Yeah,
Give it
since
to
you had to
Sid
move.
with it. Yeah.
Oh, hey, what? That's me.
Yeah, that was you. You got the
Oh. That works on constructs?
The essence flask specifically does, yes.
Okay. Beep. My
can't
sparks
do-
and bolts just stop coming out, and my metal magically unbends a little and puts it back a little bit more normal.
This is our get up, see. You gotta heal people who are hurt around here. That's all I can do right now.
Is that an order?
I mean, I said you gotta heal people around here, so you can
Oh,
take it
okay,
as an
so
order.
it is an order.
All right.
So it's kind of just still staring at you.
Cornelius's turn then.
Now I. Should I close in on Aladdin?
How tall is Vitari?
Tall's Atari.
Yeah.
He's 5'4".
Okay.
And what shall you do with Aladdin? Again, you don't know his name yet, though.
Apparently miss him.
Yeah.
Give him a little fanning.
All right.
Whoosh spot.
God.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that will end my turn.
All right.
So wait, my Noah guy's a wanderer as he searches the world for magic.
Okay. Well, he would
I
know
mean-
that they would be on the surface, and he would probably be near the entrance to the Underdark.
I mean,
Probably taking jobs as a scavenger that actually wears a special suit to go
it's
up there.
possible.
Yeah.
I thought we were constricted to ruins and therefore had to work with the business of the under the surface.
No, I've said this before.
Oh.
Multiple times.
Then that means it's impossible for me to ever know a guy unless we're at the entrance to the cave. Huh.
I said this whenever you were in Langrisser talking to Ingot, and you were like, "That's perfect for Harkon!" And I was like, yeah, I told you this
Yeah.
before we even started the game.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Us
every single
people
time
who
this is
don't know
brought up,
English as
I
as a
also
first
bring up how I've
language.
said it before.
Tangent.
Yeah,
Alright, anyway.
jerk.
The young possible street rat.
Oh, someone call him a street rat. I gotta know if that's what happens. Like if he has hard feelings over it.
Throws a kick towards Tolston, hitting him.
You don't say. Me
Tolston.
boyo.
Must make a Constitution saving throw. He fails.
You don't say.
He gives you an open-handed strike to Cornelius.
That hits.
I'll ask you to make a Constitution saving throw. You succeed. This one's for Tolston. That's the damage for you. Then he's going to use his bonus action to go for another unarmed strike against Cornelius.
That one doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Alright. Tolston stands there holding his gut. Okrith, still keeping the other bandits at bay, at least thinking he is, as he hasn't quite grasped that they're not trying to come in to the fight. Varsum.
You gotta say if you acknowledge that it's your
Oh,
turn.
yes, sorry, I forgot I'm controlling Varsum again.
Take a good 10 to 15 seconds before saying something when Varsum's turns announces it.
Yes, yes. Again, I forgot I was controlling Larson. This is the first time I'm doing it. So yeah, he is going to sling at Aladdin.
All right.
And that will end his turn.
All right. The Minotaur still grappling with Apollyon. Will slam him to the ground. Apollyon, like a limp noodle, hits the ground and is just kind of flopping there in his grasp. Minotaur then makes 2 club attacks. As he just slams his club down upon him. Apollyon, still limp, not even grasping at the Minotaur's hands anymore.
Is the Minotaur bloodied?
Oh yes, he is.
Oh. Man, I've been waiting for that announcement all this time. I was like, shit. If he doesn't go bloody soon, we really are gonna have to leave.
But Apollyon is thrown to the ground a number of feet away, and he just rolls his sword at the Minotaur's feet. And Apollyon is not getting up.
So they do death saves.
The Minotaur roars and points his club at all of you, holding it around. You are nothing! Come! Meet your death or kneel before me!
Beat.
Yeah, Mutari's pretty scared now. Try not to show it.
You kneel and let me pass! I will spare your lives.
See, I would still keep fighting.
I mean, he is giving you an order.
He posed that as a thingy. As a...
It's not
Kneel
an
or
ultimatum, dude.
Yeah. He made an ultimatum. That wording was specifically ultimatum-esque.
Kneel or die? Is that an ultimatum to you?
It's not an order. You either kneel or die. That's an option or another.
Alright, well, Dimitri chooses not to kneel, but he doesn't really see any option. Because he hasn't been able to hit anything today.
And then you say the game's not.
So he is actually trying to salvage the situation. Going to step over here and sheathe his dagger. Does not wish to kneel, but will. In an attempt to save you guys. Phineas looking quite shocked by this, drops his hammer and joins him. Aladdin, not even caring that they're walking away from him. I mean, this guy you don't know. Sigismund.
So he's still staring at Vitari. He kind of just pokes him with Cure Wounds. Whoops, that's the wrong page. Because he said heal people. And, yeah. Only clear and explicit orders is what would make him actually do stuff.
Alright.
So, yeah, he,
So, end of your turn.
that's it. Yep.
Natus and Dominicus.
Right. So realistically, are we actually hurting this Minotaur?
He's bloody.
Nobody but
He is-
Apollyon has really done any damage to him. You've done little chip damage, but not the same kind of damage that Apollyon has done.
I mean, like, I feel backed into a corner. I'm supposed to look out for Tanner's little kitty. That was his orders. Well, I don't know if he would kneel.
Oh, I guess it is to save everybody else.
Well, you can just forego this turn and see what happens, or ready in action with both of these characters in case what happens is something you don't like.
Yeah. I'll ready my action to charge within 50 feet of anything I don't like. And I will watch everybody else as Dominicus.
All right.
Holding Nick by his reins.
Oh yeah, Apollyon I can just delete. Vitari.
Alright, Sorry, still only has one spell. I can feel his flaming sphere kind of still running through people back there. Which are not already out of its way.
Oh yeah, they're moving. Man, Flaming Sphere kind of sucks.
You know, if it's around people that I don't know.
I don't think I've
Well, I
ever
could've
read that
moved
spell
it.
before.
I could have moved it when I first summoned it. But I didn't. I didn't do that. So I, could have caused some damage to him if I had read it better.
Yeah, since it has to be at the end of their turn, they'd have to be like grappled, and you put it like right in front of them or something.
I can move it 30 feet across them,
Oh.
across others. I didn't read it till way after. I was like, oh fuck, I could have done that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't.
Will you kneel?
Think you resummon his spear into his hand. That is a Minotaur's shoulder. I assume it's still there.
Oh yeah, it's still there.
And yeah. Through seeing Apollyon die, so well, maybe another option is get closer to these bandits. So he'll kneel.
All right. Cornelius.
Well, seeing as how everybody else is surrendering, Cornelius grumbling about how he's getting too old for this sort of crap is also going to lower his weapon. But he will remain ready to attack should the need arise.
All right. Are you kneeling, though?
Yes, he will. Grumbling about his knees the whole way.
All right. The robed man with the scimitar just kind of waves his scimitar at Tolston. Tolston throws his greatsword down to the ground. It clatters against the stone. And he walks over here to kneel with Phineas and Dimitri. Okrith. Well, since he's been made a hole, he's gonna run through it. Swinging his sword. And he disappears.
Yeah, I would have left my spear there to help him have that opening.
Varsum,
Just leave it.
Tolston looks to his son and says, "Get over here by me. This battle is lost."
He will obey his father. He is not an idiot, in spite of being fairly young.
Yeah.
It is now the Minotaur's turn.
I'm gonna use. Is my action carried over to this turn as well, or is that my turn gone?
It's for a round, so once it hits your turn, that's whenever it stops.
You gotta,
So you can use it until your turn comes along again. Are you wishing to?
Subway. Seeing what this guy does.
Well, he looks to the only three that did not kneel, which is Dominicus, Natus, and you two are sharing the space. Dominicus, Natus, and Sieg. Prisma has been kneeling the whole time.
Or at the very least, been doubled over.
Dominicus is crying.
Frustrated tears.
He's thinking of fleeing. We won't kneel.
The Minotaur snorts through his nose, and he smiles again at you. And he says, "Kneel." And as a bonus action, you must make each creature within 10 feet of him must make a contested athletics check or kneel as you feel the pressure of his intimidation weighing down upon you.
Yeah, that's about a waste of time. So, well, now I'm forced to kneel. Just by virtue of being a clear order anyways.
His mere presence seems to knock Dominicus off of Natus and to his knees. He rears back and cackles. That's more like it. That's where you all belong. On your knees groveling to me.
We'll meet again.
Now it's time to cement my legacy. And he begins to walk away from everyone, stopping at Vitari and picking him up.
Ah.
Oh god, he's gonna procreate his legacy. Damn it.
Slinging
Oh,
you
boy.
over his shoulder, he is going to walk off with Vitari.
Okay.
Let's go, Sandskin! As he passes by the man with the scimitar.
Ah,
The damn
man.
The man with the scimitar sighs, looking kind of disgusted, and sheathes his sword.
You got
to
about
follow
3 to
him.
6 months. You got about 3 to 9 months rather before he realizes that he took something that can't produce legacy. Good luck.
No, you probably got a night, maybe.
Hey, he doesn't seem to be the best at eyesight. Maybe he'll confuse the holes.
Are you resisting at all? Vitari?
My idea is maybe if I can get close and see where the princess is, maybe I could help her in that way.
Well,
Even knowing they're hiding.
as he carries off Vitari, he looks back to his band of bandits and says, "Take the wagon and everything they had in it. They didn't take our deal."
Oh, sucks for the people who need to eat.
Man, I bought all that stuff.
And as the bandits look at you, laughing at what their boss just did, they flip the wagon over, put everything inside of it, and begin pulling it through the caves, down the hill, and into the darkness where you can no longer see them.
I'll have you know that Whitney screwed us over.
Oh, nothing.
Hey, she might have been able to make the difference. You never know.
Nothing says she would be able to hurt him like.
A few minutes.
I mean, unlikely.
A few minutes go by. And the moment that everyone is gone, Tolston stands up and runs over to Apollyon and kicks him. Apollyon sits up and gets to his feet, jumps over Sieg, and grabs his sword, putting it against his back.
What? Okay.
You're telling me I couldn't notice any possible subtle signs of him being unconscious?
You
Or
were
not
unconscious while it was happening.
Yeah, so you didn't. You were hurt and crawling away.
So what? They've just taken Vitari and
Yeah.
left us here.
Yeah.
Yes, Vitari has been taken. Boop. Another harem girl.
Why didn't he take the ferry?
It's been in
Everyone used
vomit
con-
the entire time.
You've been yelling about wanting her candy and throwing up on herself.
Would you want that?
I mean, lube?
Should have ran off.
Anyway, Tolston
What was that all about wheat?
Tolston?
Tolston screams at Apollyon. You were supposed to protect her! You weren't supposed to let her get taken! Why was I over there and you were not? Apollyon is just waving his hands. It's like, I can't understand you when you stutter! Apollyon slows his arm movements down. He's like, I know that. Uh-huh. Yes, I get why you play dead. I understand that. But you shouldn't have had to. That is stupid. Oh, I'm weak! I'm still just as strong as I ever was. I'm just choosing not to use it. And, Apollyon kind of makes this flipping gesture with his hand. Tolston does not have his sword with him anymore. It is still on the ground. But he rears back, and a blade appears in his hand. And Apollyon stands his ground. Tolston looks to the sword in his hand. It's not even a great sword. And he drops it, and it disappears. Tolston looks disappointed. And he says, "You will not force me to use that power. I've sworn it off." And then walks away from the vampiric blade to join his son.
Oh, yeah.
So how's everybody
So
feeling?
now we know.
I'm
Still kind of out of it.
You know,
I'm aggravated.
fortunate that Vitari is not a virgin.
Well, you know. One could still be considered a virgin at butt sex.
Well, why would I say he's not a virgin? I said Vitari was bi, man. You don't know his life.
Okay. So the implication has been implied, and I am now being very aware that it's implied.
Is this it? This is what you want to talk about right now?
I only made the one little comment.
Well,
Don't want to
See-
talk about next steps or nothing?
what exactly would I say to these people if they don't ask me anything? You know?
It's not really aimed towards you.
Vitari's thinking of ways to maybe leave a trail.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear what our next step needs to be. We need to go after them, steal back the wagon, steal back the princess, maybe poison their food while we're at it, and then fuck off before they come and fight us.
Well, Apollyon is holding his fist to his chest. He seems to be looking down.
What's he looking at?
Well, you can't really trace his gaze. It just looks like his head is pointed that direction.
I roll insight.
You can roll insight.
Yeah, I want to see if I can figure out what exactly he's doing here. no good.
Man, he's...
Am I
Is he
seeing
falling
this?
asleep? Yeah, you're seeing it.
Okay, so what is happening? What do I...
You can
see.
see very tiny and slight movements in his head. It's as if he's tracing something with his head. As you cannot see his eyes, you don't know if he's actually looking at anything, though.
So, the robot, you know, in its natural sense of being perceptive, is actually now trying to move its gaze to perceive through the eye sockets.
Uh,
So it's kind of like bending over to like see up there.
it's dark in there. Do you have dark vision or anything?
Do glowing eyes count? Because I don't think otherwise.
No, they don't count.
Then no.
Yeah, it is extremely dark inside of the helmet. But after a few moments, possibly a couple of minutes of him doing that, his head jerks up, and he begins to wave to everyone.
But the robot just follows after him.
Well, that's what he's after. He's trying to round you all up and have you follow him. Are you still giant, by the way, Cornelius?
I mean, yes, still technically, but probably not by the time we get to our destination. I'm pretty sure it only lasts like an hour.
We are dazed and confused, and we're just moping along at the back of the line.
Well, Apollyon is waving his arms, and you understand him to say, "I know where the princess is."
Every time she's referred to, I always feel like coming back to the white dress and purple dress bit. Realize now, can't.
Well, he waves his hands and says, "I marked the Minotaur with one of my curses. I can track him as long as he is within range. I haven't lost the track. I haven't lost the curse, but he has stopped." I don't know what that's for. Climb the rabbit.
Yeah. And then it kind of just, you know, in its low power state. Does that 12 succeed?
I think he would probably help you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's not contesting you, and far from it, he is helping, so... That's a 17.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, this low power state, with the idea of hopefully cashing in a long rest to get my my HP back. However, if it happens that I can't, then it would be like just try to just get a short rest in.
Well, either way, after talking a bit about whatever you want, NPCs filling the chatter, you all decide to follow Apollyon through the caves in an attempt to rescue the princess.
Again.
again.
Yeah.
But this time, maybe they won't get the drop on you.
Because that made the difference.
I mean, didn't it?
No.
No time to prep for anything. No time to strategize.
Are you even listening to yourself? We rarely ever strategize and prep what?
Prep for battle.
Yeah, can you be a little bit less ambiguous?
Well, look around the place, see what you could use. There could have been some stalactites or something. I don't know.
That's what I put up the high perception for, because all I see is just the floor.
You have to ask me if you want that information.
I mean, that's passive perception for a reason.
You still have to ask me, or I'm just gonna go about my business. I tell you everything that is of importance. If you
Okay,
see it.
I shall now incorporate the question, is there any strategic advantageous formations of nature that could be used in this immediate situation for advantage in battle? Excuse me, I gotta type that down so I'll never goddamn forget it, because I'll never remember that.
Or you could just be like, do I see anything else? Like with the surroundings. But anyway, you follow Apollyon. And you make your way round and through the cave system. In the dark. No real signs or anything that you can really tell. A couple of marks here and there, but they don't seem to be made purposefully. Seems maybe it's just a little bit of erosion. And you make your way around a bend and down a cliff where you can see a small camp with multiple tents and standing torches. Seems that all of the people there are celebrating, drinking, and having a feast. But you can't really make out much details except for you, Seek. You can make out details. You see that the Minotaur is hugging onto the princess and Vitari, and there are a couple of other kind of distressed and sad looking women at his back, massaging him, pouring him drinks.
Alright, so I'm presuming that Vitari is volunteering himself to go first.
No, they're just drinking at the moment. They're not doing anything.
No, I mean for later.
Dominicus, for the
You
god,
don't see that?
we have
You
to
don't see what I
get
see.
in there.
You don't see what I see.
Yes, everyone else would
But-
have to get a little bit closer.
But yeah, I'm as per usual. And actually, how long did it take to get here?
It took about 30 minutes.
Damn. That means I can't even pop some short rest stingers. Okay. So, at this point, I go active again, and actually kind of just now sit at Corn's shoulder instead of just limp on. And I start using mending on myself. But my eyes never really stop looking at what it's looking at.
Well, you technically do have time for a short rest if you guys want to take one.
Oh.
You would just, be watching and kind of maybe try to find yourself a little hidey hole where you can see things.
Well, okay then.
But you are above the camp that you are watching. And if you were to climb down from the cave that you've gone through, you would meet a path that curves around to a fenced-off area surrounded by that deep chasm that Torin was right next to.
Are there stalagmites? Stalactites? Stalag something?
Yes. In this cave system, throughout the entire thing, there are always stalactites and stalagmites. Some of them have been cleared from the floor to make it smooth and give, walkable paths throughout the Underdark. And some of them have been taken from the ceilings so that they won't fall on anyone.
Do they look like they are in the acquisition of alcoholic beverages?
They are drinking alcohol. But would
Okay.
you actually know about alcohol? You know that they're drinking something humans and living things drink. Is that oil? I mean, you drink oil.
Well, I can't exactly say that I know about, but I wouldn't act as if it's surprising that the gnomes would have programmed me with the ideals of merriment. Shouldn't be far-fetched to assume that they have something that's an equivalent for them, how it would be for me when it comes to merriment. And then
I
the
don't
idea
think I've
of
ever seen
merriment
you
is
be
something
merry.
that the gnomes probably told me. If I could remember properly.
But anyway, they are drinking something.
Hmm.
I'm using short rest hit dice.
Alrighty.
Alright, so do they have what I recognize as oil?
A
around
whale?
them? Oil.
Oil.
Is that?
Well, you can see some oil lanterns scattered around with the torches.
Hmm. And you say that somewhere in their vicinity there's a chasm that falls even deeper.
Yes.
Oh,
They are surrounded by it on all sides, in fact.
so they're basically on what equates to an island?
Kind of. Except there is a path from it.
So more like an archipelago.
So, I'll even go ahead and give you this. The people are not there yet, but this is what you guys see from that vantage point.
Hmm.
You guys would be over there.
I wasn't zoomed out enough. Over where?
Over there.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, okay. I see this. I see this. Can I see Vitari? Yeah, I could see Vitari. Where's Vitari?
Vitari would be somewhere around here. It seems that there's this central area is where everyone is gathered and dancing with
Seen
the
it here.
Minotaur sitting in front right around here. So Vatari is right there, and the princess is right there, and he is surrounded by women in harem outfits.
Well, I say we should drop it here and drag Whitney in here kicking and screaming. Um, because
I could agree with that cliffhanger.
yeah, fighting that fight without her when she said she would be here was already the kind of nerf that we really didn't need because all our rolls sucked and all their rolls were great. Something just makes me feel like there was like an option I'm not even aware of that we clicked and like make players rolls suck because it was so bad.
I would
feel like
never
we
click
can't-
that though.
We're gonna have to do this sneaky, aren't we? Because we can't do this honorably if we just failed and knelt before him.
That's
Uh,
yeah.
There's no honor whatsoever.
Well,
Zara will do what he can from the inside. Yeah.
well, see, there were two things that I feel like are to our advantage here. Three if you consider the fact that now, we may actually try to use the map to our advantage. But the first thing is, one, he was beyond bloodied, and he has a bigger health pool. I mean, unless he's rolling d20s to re-heal, he's not going to be at full health either. And two, there's also the fact that it seems like Tolston's been holding back. Don't know why. That's probably lore to be revealed later. And Vampire Blade Sama here, through the fight, far as I could tell. Like, if he had swung like 3 or 4 more times, there probably would have been a much more noteworthy difference since the guy was bloody anyways. So I'm guessing that he had some kind of idea as to why he wasn't gonna go more out as to try to actually reach for the win. I'm not the kind to ask him. So,
It's kind of obvious if you think about it though.
and that is,
He cursed the Minotaur and knew exactly where he was, which is where the princess who was already taken is.
Which we wouldn't know if he dropped the Minotaur in that fight, because then the Minotaur would be dead and wouldn't lead us back to camp.
we could always have just grabbed the mook and told him and forced him to leave us to the camp. You are right. Yes, that is an actually really good reason why he did it. I mean, actually think about that moment where he stopped to prepare something. But there's still other ways. We have that mook, and we could always try to wing it with the whole augury. If I went west or east, southeast, some direction, would I encounter the princess? Woe or weal. And that's a winging it. It's an alternative, not the best alternative, mind you, but still an alternative. But we have options we can utilize, and we can discuss it better. And with the whole stalagmite thing, or stalactite, which one's the one in the air?
They hang
Stalactite.
tightly to the ceiling.
Okay.
And
With
stalagmite, you might trip over it.
Okay, so with Prisma here, maybe we can actually try to loosen up some of those stalactites and we can set them up as traps that we can actually use. A la Wheat saying that we can try to do some battle prep. They'll never see that coming. I mean, why would they spend their time looking up there? All we have to do is make sure that we don't attack stalactites that happen to be over them so that rocks don't fall and they'll be like, what the hell? Is it raining rocks? Is that a thing? You know. And then there's also the fact that when he was blinded, he was clearly willing to do charges. All we need to do is have him blind charge himself off a rail. I don't know if that will kill him, but that definitely does mean he'll take some damage. And if he happens to die by that, or just happens to get out of the fight, we have triumphed.
triumphed. That's experience. And but then there's one thing that I'm not too comfortable over. Agroth. We probably should have.
Hawkrith?
Right, Agroth. I'll never get that name right.
Just
Sorry.
remember that it's an O and not an A.
He did what Dominicus was thinking of doing. I was just too slow and then got caught in that spell thing.
Well, Dominic is thinking of doing that. Doesn't really explain Navis. Cause honestly, when he taunted Navis and everything, I was like thinking, well, so much for escape. This thing's a rhino. It doesn't understand the fact that shit's going south. A rhino, at least in nature, would go up until the point something actually manages to intimidate them. But the rhinos, what really intimidates a rhino?
They're quite
Version of
good at
himself.
things. You know that they regularly get bullied by elephants, right?
No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
they even sexually assaulted by elephants.
Now I'm gonna have an interesting night looking that up.
Yeah, like
Um,
the first
Elephants can be
attack from the
fucked
thing,
up.
slapping him in the face and everything. That was
Yeah,
dominating.
and then he like picked him up by the throat. Like, yeah, he's like, oh fuck.
hmm.
There's
Well, I
plenty that
think
intimidated him.
Anyway, you guys will have a week to talk about this, which I
I think-
probably won't see anything talked about, but you guys will have
think-
it. And we will
I
end
mean-
it here so that we can make sure everybody is there for the strategizing.
Yes, hopefully Lunette will show up because we really do need her. Even my plan for this needs Lunette.
I'm upset, and I will
Right.
never accept that little oh, don't worry, I'll get there late. You guys can just start without me. That was
So, alright, next time we need to remember somebody should play her character.
Yeah. She's got to designate the designated Prisma driver.
Yep.
But anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I
shit,
hope you all
didn't say
have
it first.
a good night. And until next time,
Cheers, we-
on Dungeons and WheatTons.
Outro theme.